All right, so continuing on, off to the bike. As I got onto the bike, just kind of got out on the course and came around the stadium and come up and over, and then starting to head out. Um, Felt really good and felt really loose. Um, Man, the bike was frustrating for me. I went out probably and going the whole way until the wind finally hit me after the turnarounds, where it first really started, where I started to realize this is going to be an interesting day. But I went out that first 25 miles. I was cooking at about 21, 22 miles an hour the whole time. Just right on par with where I was, what I trained for. Everything was going pretty well. Hit a couple, wind spots, of course, but nothing that really kind of threw me off. Got around and turned around on the turnaround, and yeah, that's when it just got real. And so, no excuses or anything. Just so apparently, like I mentioned in the prep, I don't know what happened, but for whatever the reason, I guess I went out probably with a little bit softer tire than I meant to. And as I did the turnaround and came out, I didn't realize what was going on really, but this is what was happening. I started feeling just a little bit of, I sometimes joke like when I see my wife riding like broken butterfly, and wonder maybe that might be why she has that a little bit, is she's riding a little soft. But I felt a little float, and thinking, hey, when you're getting hit by 20 to 25 mile an hour winds consistently, and then gusts over 30, I was like, whoa, this is like St. George all over again. And so I decided I just really locked in and was like, you know what? I'm going to concentrate on, I've got my nutrition, so I'm going to eat that. I got 3 bars. I got 1 bar in on the first 28. I got half of an EFS and half of my nutrition bottle in. And then on the turnaround, as the mechanical started and just things started falling apart, I was having a hard time. But I got these new Tri-Rig elbow cups. I didn't do the full piece, but I got these on and put them on my bike. And this is my bike. And anyways, this is the tire that was problematic. I just had a tune-up, and when I got the night before, as I was putting things together, had 2 tires just go sideways on me. And so that was 2 nights before. So the night before the racking, so I had to go over and go find some new tubes. Found those at Mike's Bikes. I was pointing to that. Thank you, Chris Budenbender. And moved on over and got those. Got 4 of them. 2 of them went just fine. But yeah, after about mile 30 and coming back, that first one was just tough. And again, felt afloat. Didn't really, take too much, pay attention to it too much. I did stop at one point, got off and checked it, and I felt a little soft, but I didn't really start addressing it. And then on the second way out, I think I dismounted along with two aid stations for sure, because at one aid station I had to take another dump. And then once I got that out of my body, I felt a lot better for a little bit, but because that just, I guess I was stressful and dealing with, hey, I'm going slower, the wind is hitting me, I don't know what's going on with my tire. And then yeah, I got off probably a good 6-7 times, and I have this little Zephyl, or I guess it's a little Blackburn. I have this little thing, and I worked on my tire from mile probably, so that's 56. So from about mile 60 to mile 94, I think I used this thing about 12 times. Now, lesson learned. Again, no excuses. Long day. It was really tough for me. I lost a lot of time because I had to dismount a couple times. And I wish I had known better, and I didn't. So I wanted to share this wisdom with folks. I guess I had always been brought up just because of local sprints and tries and everything, and no assistance in this, especially from outside. I didn't realize that course support, the race support, those folks are there to help you. So, mile 94, I'm walking, I dismounted, and anyways, and I was just kind of like, I don't know how this is going to work. I wasn't in the, okay, it's all over, but I'm just like, I don't know how I'm going to make this work anymore. And as I came up, the guy, his name happened to be Corey. He's from Coeur d'Alene, and he was a race sweeper. And he kind of looks at me and goes, "Do you need some help?" I'm like, "Man, I've flatted. I've been working with this mechanical. I guess it's been bothering me since about mile 30. I've just got it pumped up at the last one. They used a real pump for me, and I've been using my hand pump." He goes, "Do you want to switch the tire?" I'm like, "You can do that?" He goes, "Yeah, that's what we're here for." It's just kind of 94 miles in. I spent better part of 7 hours nursing this tire for the last 2.5 hours. And it's the only thing that came out of my mouth was like, "Is it worth it?" And he goes, "Dude, I won't forget this." He goes, "Dude, I have 17 minutes. And then he goes, "No, you have 17 minutes. Let's get this changed and let's see what we can do." So, okay, great. I'm just sitting there. I go to help. He goes, "Nope. You sit there. You take a moment, get some nutrition in you, and get ready to go." And I was like, okay, great. I'm watching him change the tire, and he goes to pump it up. Another valve stem failure. And I'm just sitting here going, man, and I know the clock at this point is ticking. And I'm just like, well, isn't this just like how training went? Love my family to death, and things are great. But every step of the way, I had to always just adapt, everything from the difficulties of me and my wife trying to figure out schedules, to our children not understanding what's going on, to the difficulties of all things parenthood. And he hears the plan, and then you get hit in the face, as Mike Tyson says, everybody's got a plan until that first punch in the face. And just trying to adapt and roll. And like I mentioned, my training plans, I kind of set them up like a buffet. So it's kind of like, hey, here's what I need to accomplish through the week. And then I kind of map it out on Training Peaks. And then I'll just start shuffling it based on what I can't do. So that being said, when he said, hey, there's 17 minutes, he got to the first one. He goes, well, I don't know what's going on with that one, but hey, I got another tire, went over, grabbed another one. And inner tube, and started putting together. That one held. And listening to the chatter on the radio, a couple other people, mechanical failures, people walking off the course, and we were kind of joking. I was like, yeah, I don't know what's going on with the day. Like, explained, hey, I lost 2 tires coming across the desert. I had some problems as I got, putting in my spares. Those didn't take. And I said, this is just like the inner tube problem from hell. You just had one. He goes, man. So that's just just the way luck goes. Yeah, I guess apparently somebody doesn't want me to run the marathon today. And I go, I don't know if that's my wife or whatever, and just kind of joking. And he looks at me and goes, well, this one's holding, so let's pump it up. And he pumped it up and goes, go run that marathon and go make that wife proud. You got 7 minutes, and don't let me catch you. Man, I was out of there, just gone, just passed about another 6 people, trying to give them simple encouragement as we go. So I went from 94 to 112, and apparently there was some fiasco that had happened with timing chips and everything, but that didn't bother me at all. I wasn't bothered by that. I got into the stadium. The gal says, hey, are you going to go run this? And I said, yeah. I said, I have every intent to. She goes, okay. And as I come down, I go to rack my bike. Why is somebody else's bike on my number? So when I racked my bike at first, too, and I didn't talk about this, when I racked my bike at first, somebody was on my number, or not on my number, but the person next to me had racked their bike the wrong way. It's like, it's very easy. You're supposed to go, handlebars one way, seat the other way, or, back tire the other way, handlebars, seat, back seat. And it's kind of in this fashion. And I get it. Everybody's nervous. They do their own things. They get frustrated and stuff like that. But man, there's a whole world. Like, the world ends, like, my personal ego ends right here at my nose. Once I get beyond my nose, I'm part of Team World. I got to figure out a way to interact with them, etc. And, there's conventions and there's things that we try to do. And whether I agree or disagree with things, we just try to be best people that we can. And that one was frustrating. So, like, I found a volunteer on the other day, had them come and change the bike, and so I went over really quick and grabbed the lady that brought me over and said, hey, got a small little problem, went to wreck my bike and somebody's in the way. She comes over and goes, man, that Cervelo's right in your way, isn't it? I said, bike was in my way the other day. Same thing. And she goes, well, apparently this person isn't learning. She's like, you need to get out there because you're not going to make the transition, so get out of here. And she says, I'll take care of it. She says, you're ready to go. Go talk to that guy with the straw hat. Make sure he knows that you're coming through. If you need a new chip, go get it. If not, get out of here so you can get on course. So with 4 seconds to spare, I got out. And anyways, that transition was a little rough. It was very fast for me. It was one of my fastest transitions ever. Once I flagged down the volunteer, didn't really grab anything other than my race belt. I was fully intending to change into shorts and a t-shirt and just was like, there's no time, just go. Grabbed the hand flashlight, and off I went. And so as I was coming in from biking, I was very surprised. My wife and my family was there. That was what I was expecting. My father was there, stepmother was there, but what I wasn't expecting was seeing my sister and some of her kids, and then my stepsister was there, and it's just nice to have 12 or 15 people there. So on the way out is where I'll kind of pick up from here. So